Peter Kiernan, he's former senior partner at Goldman Sachs. You are a Donald Trump supporter. First, I would be remiss if I didn't ask you your thoughts on the story that Charlie Gasparino just broke in the last hour, and that is that Donald Trump is starting to put names together for his possible cabinet if he were to win. Steve Mnuchin, a former Goldman Sachs guy, possibly as Treasury Secretary. Can you envision that?
I can easily. He's got an enormous intellect, but he's also like type O blood. You can pour him into any vessel, and he prospers. So he does well on Wall Street. I know him very well. I think he's an extraordinary talent. It'd be great for the nation if he were our Treasury Secretary. Everywhere he goes, he creates success. He's that kind of talent.
So you can see his signature on the front of a dollar bill and all.
Oh, I'd be happy to spend one of his dollar bills.
Secretary Mnuchin. Okay, but let's bring it all to Wall Street, the markets. They seem to be spooked by Donald Trump. You, a former Goldman Sachs guy, are not. Why not?
I'm not spooked. You know, I have to say, everywhere you look, risk is going up. So you look at the measures of risk like VIX, that's going up. Gold is going up, off today, but up. Gold miners have doubled this year. So everywhere you look, risk is up. This feels to me a lot like Brexit did coming into it. Brexit tumbled. Anyone who bought really benefited afterwards. So I'm not saying Trump is Brexit, but give the market some time to adjust to the uncertainty.
Well, there's bearishness, though. Here's the volatility index. And what's significant, folks, about this, and we don't want to get into the weeds on some of these things, but when you see the fear index climb 8 days straight, that would match the longest jump streak that we've seen since they started keeping records. What should people watching right now read into that?
Well, I'd say a couple things. If you're watching, number one, there is going to be unbelievable punishment for any stock that you own that underperforms. If they don't meet their expectations, they're going to get crushed. So remember, we used to have Octobers that were exciting. Up till now, October was a month where you had crashes. This was a boring October. We had a boring summer. So all of this volatility has really come in the last couple of weeks, a few days before the Friday announcement.
Do you see recession? Let me just throw that out at you.
Yeah, I feel very confident that we won't have a recession. I think the signs of life in the economy are not robust, but they're there. And I think we're going to see some reaction to interest rate hikes, et cetera. But I would not be worried. The manufacturing index and other things are strong enough that I really don't see any reason to be concerned about recession.
And we're getting the October jobs report out tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Eastern. And by the way, you know, we got first-time jobless claims today below 300,000. Again, this is the number you want to see, below 300,000. That is the 87th week in a row. I mean, this is a positive sign, is it not?
There are positive signs. The one thing I would say about the jobs report is the most important ingredient is left out, and that is the market value of the job. And one of the things we're doing is creating low-wage, entry-level jobs and replacing them for great jobs. Here's the dilemma, and this is where I think the Trump opportunity is. There are 4 million great, high-paying, skilled jobs open and available in this country that have not been filled.
We have a skills gap. That's the issue.
Building that bridge, whoever leads our country has to build that bridge.
We're coming up on the closing bell. Any issue you disagree with regarding Donald Trump?
Yeah, I think he's all wet on trade. I think the only way we can really we have to be an export monster. We have to be able to trade with China and India and these countries. If we don't, I'll give you an example. General Motors turned it around. They sold 2.2 million cars in China to turn it around. We have to have great relations with China.
All right, so you feel Donald Trump could change a trade stance. You'd like him to. Listen, it's great to see you. Peter Kiernan, what a delight.